Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin.
Okay, shall I?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
So this is a restart, so I'm just gonna slay her this time. I'm not gonna ask any questions, I'm not gonna do anything. The end of the world, okay. Okay. Sweet, I've always wanted to off a monarch. Viva la revolution. No talking, no. Silently go.
You make your way up the We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Proceed to the cabin. Just go there and slay the princess.
The interior of the blade is your implement.
Take the blade.
You take the blade from
into the basement.
The door to the basement, her voice carries up.
Who's there?
She sounds, don't let it fool you.
Just checking on you. Here, I think I'm here to kill you. Continue downstairs.
Good.
No,
You're still
no,
listening
stop.
to reason.
Nope, no talking.
You walk. She's so cold. Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
Okay. What? No way. Steal your nerves and step forward.
You step forward, your grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me?
Okay.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and if that
you are.
knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it.
Okay.
So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
Okay.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
And this. Slay the princess.
You lunge forward without a moment's hesitation. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blade already sinking deep into her heart.
Oh. This is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, do you actually believe this was enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago, that arrogant look still plastered on her face. But is it over? Really over?
Is it? Of course it is. She's dead. I'm not sure. Of course it's not. That's way too easy.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. Why do I feel like we've done something terrible? You did kill someone. Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad.
Okay.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
Okay. Leave.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away. What happened? Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from them. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good.
This is bullshit. Let me out of here. I was kind of hoping I'd get a better ending for the Saving the World.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful, boring blur. You've never been happier.
What?
Psst. Hey. We're not just going to stay here forever, right?
Hell no. Do you have any idea how to get us the heck out of here?
I do, but you're probably not going to like it. The blade. We can use the blade to get out of this.
Okay.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero. He's right. It's the only way out.
So I have to kill myself now.
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end.
There is no place.
Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Wouldn't using the blade would, kill us? Wouldn't we be dead? Anything to get out of it? Anything to get out of this. Okay. You're right. I didn't like this idea. I'm just going to stick around and do nothing, at least for a little while longer.
Okay. How astute. You are absolutely correct. Using the blade to kill yourself would kill you, and you shouldn't do it. In a sense, we die, but looking at things from another angle, are we even really alive anymore? This place, it's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It's just the same thing, constantly, forever. I know this is out there, but trust me, I know using the blade will work. That little voice didn't want you to slay the princess. It didn't want you to be happy.
You'd better be right about this. I'll be pretty upset if we die. I'm not risking death over your weird hunch. Anything to get out of here. You're right. I don't like this idea.
What a relief.
Okay.
I suppose we've got all the time in the world for you to change your mind.
Okay.
More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning.
Nope. Sitting in a corner of a cabin is not happy.
Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here. The little voice's pleas fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist. Happy. Forever.
Good ending. You did it. You saved.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Didn't you hear the narration? I'm happy. We're happy. Okay. Maybe I'm not happy. Yep.
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. The blade. We can use... I can hear everything you say. He's right. It's the only way
It's
out.
going to that path. The blade and in my throat, yeah?
Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you, do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
You better be right about this. I'm pretty sure I'll be upset if we die.
If we die, you can yell at me all you want. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate?
This narrator is fool. I mean, this narrator feels like this narrator is a evil douchebag right now.
Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it.
It's been years. Like decades. I'm talking about decades. And how have I been happy in this cabin with nothing to do at all?
You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end.
Nice knowing you.
Nice knowing you.
The Spectre.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I know.
You're here to slay her. If you don't...
I know. So, oh, you bastard, you're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks. Okay, it's a different than the previous ones. I'm getting terrible sense of deja vu. Wait. Wait, hasn't this already happened? Okay, no. But I killed myself. What am I doing here? Proceed to the cabin. Okay, so let's see. No. I have done this. Wait, hasn't this? No, I haven't done this before. Okay, let's do this. Let's be gentle, not harsh.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. We've just met for the first time, you and I.
Really? I don't think so.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Really? Should I?
That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time.
New character.
We'll just do it again.
It's like the Broken. That's fine. It wasn't very hard to kill her last time. We'll just do it again. The voice of the cold.
Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place.
We're not choosing this happened before or anything. We're choosing the harsh path next time. Okay, let's assume I'm telling the truth, and all of this really did already happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything? So there's nothing else but this.
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving.
Okay, indulge me, mate.
Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me.
Okay.
If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which
Okay.
probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
That's right.
Oh, we listened to you plenty. We slew the princess just like you asked us to, and then you locked us away in an empty void for eternity.
Yes.
So we slew ourselves too.
My boy remembers.
Well, if you killed yourself, then you weren't listening to me, because I would never want you to do that. Believe it or not, I care about you.
I don't trust this guy. Not a bit.
And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We slew the princess, the world outside the cabin disappeared, we died, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Yeah.
Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely?
Yes!
Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
She became octopus with many hands.
It doesn't matter, because we didn't fail to slay her. And if she's really back, which I doubt, it'll be just as easy to do it again.
Confidence.
But after that nasty trick you pulled on us, maybe she's not the only one around here in need of slaying.
Oh, he is really cold. I love it. Where's my stubborn boy? Where's the Broken?
Just stay focused, will you?
Okay. Let's talk about this princess. Now, we've talked enough about this princess, so proceed to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. She won't be a problem.
She won't be a problem. Damn, this guy is really cool. He's on to killing the princess.
The interior of the cabin is cold.
Okay.
The blade is your implement.
Okay.
It feels like no one's been here for a long, long time.
Okay.
Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already.
Oh. You didn't say anything about the mirror on the wall. Okay, we're not doing this again. This whole cabin is different than last time. Yeah,
Very different.
very different.
Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous second life proposition. You haven't died. You certainly haven't already slain the princess.
We started it 2 times. This is the 3rd time.
So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
Okay. There is no mirror. I'm not gonna talk about the mirror. Because it's the same shit, right?
That's because there isn't a mirror.
I see.
Who cares if there's a mirror? Let's just go into the basement and find her body so we can be done with this.
Okay. I care. I want to look at myself. I want to see how. Okay, no, we're not going this again. Remain. You're right.
But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from? I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time cleaning yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago.
Yep, the mirror's gone.
And now it's gone. Let's not spend much longer worrying over it.
Okay. Take the blade.
You take the
Into the basement.
The door to the base, the room below, is silent.
Very different. Different. It wasn't like this.
Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see.
Alright.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain.
Remember the previous time when we played? I decided to go straight in the cabin without any hesitation, just kill her. Well, this is the second part of it. We weren't in a void. That void and us, when we slit our throats. That part and this part is connected, I think. Okay. Continue.
Okay. She's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish your thought, the top of a head appears from underneath the floor.
No! Wait!
2 deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous, skeletal grin.
Who?
And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here? Ghost!
Okay.
Oh.
My boy's scared.
Wow.
How
absolutely terrifying.
What's a ghost
supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I have some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles you. Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin.
Ugh, I can feel it. It's already cold.
So she has a body, and she's right there. That means we could kill her again.
Stop it, killer!
If we wanted to.
Patience, 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 my boy. Patience, patience. Wait and see how things play out.
I see you brought that annoying knife again.
Yes, I did.
So, are you waiting for a chance to use it? Or are you here for something else?
See, this is exactly what I was trying to tell you about in the woods. This already happened. We killed her. I killed you. What are you doing not being dead? Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time. Okay, there are so many choices. Which one should I go with? Do you want me to die? Do you want me to kill myself to satisfy some sort of sick revenge fantasy? Because I already did. It wouldn't be hard to do it again. No, that's the voice of a sadness. Okay, yeah.
Yes, obviously things are strange right now. I think it's safe to say that you've seen something you shouldn't have seen. Whatever worlds you've hopped between, whatever versions of me you've met, none of that matters now. There's no changing what's already happened, but you have a job to finish.
So it's taking me back to the slaying the princess part. What? I already slayed her. She's dead. How am I gonna slay a dead ghost princess who's hovering on the air?
Finish.
Or the ground.
How? We already did what you told us. And now she's a ghost.
See?
You haven't tried slaying her yet this time, though, have you? And then what? And then you'll have saved the world.
Come on, shut up.
I think he's asking about what happens after we save the world. If that's even still an option. What do you mean, after? You already know what we mean, don't you? So why don't you go ahead and tell us? You're going to try and lock us away in a timeless void again? Because I didn't much care for that. I'm not going to lock you anywhere. What an interesting choice of emphasis.
I killed you. What are you doing not dead?
I don't feel very bad, but I guess I'm not dead. So you must have only mostly killed me.
Okay.
Or maybe death is only mostly real, but it's also mostly not real. I'm not sure. I'm just the one these things have happened to, not the one with all the answers. Or any of the...
But we're not a ghost.
Unless we are.
Unless maybe that's why the mirror disappeared. We're actually dead.
No.
Death, at least as a form of permanence, is just a concept. And clearly it's not a very useful one anymore. Maybe we should throw it out entirely. See, this is why I didn't want you to talk to her. Death is not just a concept, it is an extremely real phenomenon. Don't let her distort your reality. Cold, hard facts exist. The truth exists. It has to.
Okay. Your body right there, though. Your dead body. Do you know why you came back? Stop playing the victim. Okay, I'm sorry I killed you. Okay, no. Do you want me to die? Okay, no. I'm sorry, is there any way I can make it up? No. The people who wanted you dead tricked me. Okay, no. I died too. I'm not floating around like you are. What happened? Why am I different? Why are you different? Yeah, I'm going to...
You don't look dead, killer.
The princess grabs your wrist, a sudden shock of cold flowing all the way up your arm, her eyes still fixed on yours as you try to squirm out of her grip.
And you don't feel dead either.
She lets go and pulls away. Your fingertips tingle painfully as the chill subsides.
Okay.
I'm less interested in why you are, or how you are, and a lot more interested in what you are. I've tried to leave on my own. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here. I just wanted to go home. I'm so cold and alone here.
We need to feed her.
You can come and go as you please, can't you? So, let me hitch a ride. After all,
Absolutely not.
Oh, that was crazy, man.
Is she asking if she can
Possess
us? She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if she managed to escape this place. And if you let her in, there is very little anyone could do to stop her. Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now isn't that an interesting thought? We could finally bring her face to face with him.
Who?
I wonder what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly. You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
Okay. What if I say no?
then I won't hitch a ride.
Okay. You won't hitch a ride if I say no, or you can't hitch a ride.
I'm sure you'd like to know. It's a shame I won't tell you. But it'll be easier for both of us if you just let me in. And doesn't it sound nice?
Maybe for her, but it's crowded enough in here as is.
You won't have to feel guilty anymore. If you even do feel guilt.
It could be the best way to trap her for good. Doesn't seem like it would be very easy to end the world from inside someone else's body. That is a very dangerous train of thought.
This would just be temporary, right? You'll leave once we're out of the cabin.
If I'm able to. But for all we know, that's not how it works. Maybe I'll wind up stuck with you for a long time.
She's being very honest, which makes me very scared.
Do you hear the way she said that?
Yeah.
She knows more than she's letting on. Don't let her fool you into doing something you'll regret.
If I let you in, do I still get to be in control?
Sure. Why not?
Okay.
I
wanna see how this plays out.
I can't believe you're even entertaining her right now. I mean, just look at her. Do you think she has good intentions for her murderer's body? Of course.
Do it. Before I agree to do anything, we need to talk about what happens after you leave this place. I was told you'd end the world. Yeah.
And what? You just believed that? You killed me without giving it any thought? That's cold.
That's rich coming from her. Every time she touches us, it's like we freeze over. She's right, though, but that's neither here nor there. What's done is done. What we do from this point forward is all that matters. Let's try not to let emotion get the better of it.
No. What are you going to do if I help you get out of here? Well, were you going to end the world? You didn't answer my question. Do you want to end the world?
The only thing I've ever wanted was to leave this place. It's still the only thing I want.
Well. What are you going to do?
I don't know. Maybe I'll just fade away.
That is so
And
not
I'll
true.
rest once I'm free from my unfinished business. Maybe I'll find someone to haunt. Maybe I'll haunt you. It's a tough question, asking someone what she's going to do with her life.
The princess leans in close and pauses, the frigid air between you stale and unmoving.
Especially when that someone is dead.
She pulls back with a playful giggle.
I don't think most living people could answer that either. Does anyone actually know who they are or what they want?
You still didn't answer. Even if you want to end it, does letting you out of here mean the world? Nah, leave it at that. Okay. Your dead body's right there, though. Okay, do you know why you came back? I'm sorry I killed you. No, she doesn't know that.
The princess glances back at the bones lying on the floor.
Yeah.
It's just a body. Do you believe these bones? Or do you believe me? Because those bones aren't talking to you.
She's seeing things pragmatically. We should do the same.
You were inside
Reality
the bones,
is what's in front of us, not our preconceptions of what it should be. There doesn't need to be a static truth. There doesn't need to be objectivity.
No. Slay the princess. That's what I'm looking for.
Without a moment's hesitation, you lash out with your blade. It's like you're slashing at air.
See?
No matter how
It's
many
not gonna
times
happen.
you stab at her, no matter how many angles you strike from, all you manage to do is interrupt her form, the skin of your hand prickling
She's
cold
air.
as it passes through, unable to find anything solid.
She's like smoke.
You're adorable when you're confused.
But I didn't say you could touch me.
Okay.
Why are you even here? Just making sure you finish the job, or what?
Well, if I knew I'd have to talk to you again, I wouldn't have been slaying you. I wouldn't have slain you. Stop playing the victim. You threatened me last time.
Well, yeah. You brought a knife with you. Was I supposed to just welcome you with open arms when you obviously had stabbing on the mind?
That knife could have been for anything. Leave it at that. Knife could have been for anything. No, I'm not gonna talk about that. Okay. Okay, I've given it enough thought. Let's get you out of here with the princess. Let's try that.
The princess swims through the air in front of you,
Because I have
pausing for a brief
tried
moment as
to
her
swing my knife.
dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
Let's see.
Thanks for the body, killer.
Okay.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
Do you understand that I cannot slay her? She's a pile of smoke.
See you soon.
Oh,
She rushes forward and then she's gone.
okay.
A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul. I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Oh.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain, your muscles twitching and convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body.
Okay.
You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
And you die.
Get up. You've still got a job to do.
What? Who's talking?
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as... So, it doesn't work like that for you? Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor? Are they also supposed to be you?
What?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass, I'm...
Yeah? Go on. Finish the thought. What are you?
I'm... a voice? I'm me is what I am. Who cares what we are?
We exist.
We exist.
That's
All that matters.
Do you have to deal with this annoying bickering all the time?
Oh, she hears what I hear now.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too. I'm clearly the same thing you are.
Hopefully they'll all go away once we leave this place. I don't know how you can tolerate all of this noise.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there, like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
I'm just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen. Obviously, she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah?
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
Oh, shut up. Stop trying to manipulate everyone. Or don't, actually. It doesn't really matter. Because you won't be around to do this for much longer.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
I can't think straight. There's too much noise. Leave the basement.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to act like it's the end of the world.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
Why? We
do.
should really have a part where I leave her. Right? Where I don't slay her at all. Okay? I want to see what Where does it go?
Wait, if she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world? It doesn't mean that at all. It could mean that wherever her home is, it's outside of the world. Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it? And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective. Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices, your body continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door.
Okay.
For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Yeah.
It's because he can't stop me. Why do you think he sent you here?
I hate to admit it, but she's not wrong.
Ah.
It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine.
And why?
This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Trudge forward.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
Finally! Finally!
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle, but you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use stalling. Let's see what happens next.
Open the door.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it, and then the door groans open. Collapse to the ground, you and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see...
What?
Yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is everything else.
Why?
So we did slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or on top of the other world but not in it, or have we never been part of the world?
Alright, let's see if I'm stuck with you forever.
You feel a lightness in your chest as a pair of sunken eyes emerge from your body and stare up at you.
Guess not. All's well that ends well, right? You lived up to your end of the bargain, so I'll live up to mine. Thanks.
Dimension.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
Okay. Wait. Those hands again! You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her?
That's exactly what happened last time.
And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course you're scared this is the end for you, but it's not end for me. It's not going to be okay, just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You don't need to comfort him.
It's not the end of whatever's on the other side is going to be nice. It's the end for you, but not for me. I'll see you on the other side. It's going to be okay. Okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
So it's me? Now I'm the narrator now?
Whatever makes you happy.
Approach the mirror. You approach the mirror. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've grown. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin. Approach her.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
There must be a different ending where either she can leave the cabin or I can leave the cabin and not see this faded, dark, whatever that is, outside. There has to be end that will satisfy me. These endings does not satisfy me. I know I'm ready to go back. If I click this, she's going to erase my memory, and I'll have to start it from all over again. So this attack the entity was an option before. I didn't choose it, so I'm gonna choose it now. So let's see what happens. Your will cuts across the entity in front of you, but nothing happens.
My roots burrow in an ocean beyond your sight. We cannot harm each other as we are now.
Okay. So let's go. Destroy your body. What happens? You raise your will to end your life, but as it buries into you, into the spaces your body should be, you feel nothing at all. One of the many hands in front of you reaches forward and gently touches the side of your face.
There's nowhere for you to be but here.
There's nowhere, no ending other than this. Let's go. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
And you die. There we go. Should I let her get out? I should. Okay, let's go. Silently go. I'm gonna let her get out. I'm just gonna let her go. Let's see what happens. I need to find the perfect ending to this.
The interior.
Take the blade.
You take the blade.
Enter the basement. I know how this plays out. Plays out. So let's drop it.
The blade
I'm gonna play this
falls out of your trembling
three-way.
hands
Two-way.
and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
I'm going to go in front of her and then let her go. And then when I die and see how this plays out and die and start from the beginning, I am going to go without the blade. Alright? Let's see what happens.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
Do you know why I'm here to kill you?
That laugh. I think I'm in love.
Oh, shut
Stop
up.
it.
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't even know why I'm down here, or how I got here. I was kind of hoping you might be able to shed some light on the whole situation.
Okay, we've talked enough.
Oh? Have you decided what to do with me?
Yes,
You know why you're...
I'm getting you out of here.
Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Okay, where's the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere.
This is a
in the
new
cabin.
start to the story. And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
We'll see. I think I'm not gonna
She
find the
speaks
key.
with almost
There's no
complete
key.
nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
Okay.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Wait, who did that?
Someone else here?
Hey, let me out of here.
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
Try the door.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here. You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
Okay.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
I don't like what happens if I do what you say, so I'm not gonna do what you say. Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain. You cut into her flesh.
Oof.
The blade is sharp, and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Okay, let's see what happens. Approach the locked door.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
No. I'm not doing this.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
One hug.
Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect.
Okay.
Stop it. Stop resisting me. I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Resist.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes.
Yes.
I'll make this quick.
Okay.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Okay.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
Okay.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Okay.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
All right.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
I'm pretty sure the prisoner. Yeah. Chapter 2. Ow.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon. Are you sure? What if she... I don't know... turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner. Yes, I'm sure. Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world. Okay. I'm trusting you.
Idea.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to... Thanks.
Without the blade, you can't enter. I think in the next episode,
The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
I'm not sure I need to do much of anything. Do you see how locked up she is? I'm just going to leave her here. Sit with her. Slay the princess.
As if by divine will, just as you finish the thought, you hear a door slam.
I
I'm
cannot
afraid you won't be
leave.
leaving until the task is finished.
I cannot
Doesn't
leave
matter
with
how
her.
many
I
chains
cannot
she's in,
live.
without your intervention. She'll
with
find
myself?
a way out eventually.
What is the proper ending of this story, of this game? I need to find it.
How surprising. They locked you down here too.
Sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
All right.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Sit where you were told to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
I'm here to get you out.
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in. Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And
Why?
now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how. First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things. It's complicated things how, exactly? Ideally, this was supposed to be one and done. You go to the cabin, you heroically slay the princess, and in the process you save the entire world from being damned to oblivion. The situation right now, where you're getting a second shot at things, is a contingency. A contingency for what? For you failing, obviously. And you being here means that things are going to be a lot harder than they were. I really shouldn't say anything else, I'm just going to make it worse. Just good luck.
Focus. This is a serious situation. You shouldn't be daydreaming.
Okay, what about... You were asking about my intentions already. What do you mean by that? That other chain on the wall? Who is it for? No. What would you have me do? It seems I don't have much of a choice. I'm sorry.
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, and I don't see any keys in your hands either. So I'm afraid my only way out is another surgical removal.
What, you want me to cut your throat? And hands are okay, but cutting your throat, mate, you're dead.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck? Or does she think she'd survive a beheading? You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her. Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
How am I supposed to cut you out if you didn't notice your head is in a shackle too?
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
Okay, I'm very, very committed to letting her out, right?
But she
I
would
wanna
have
see
to
how this
cut
plays
her
out.
head off, right? She can't be suggesting that. She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't. Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you. Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us. So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons. Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world. And she might use it to kill you. That doesn't sound great. What about the pros? There are none. The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
You distrust me, right? I'm not giving you a weapon. In case you've forgotten, you killed me with it last time.
But sure, let's talk about what happened. Because what happened is exactly my issue. The last time we met, your body tried to kill me.
Yep.
If you take a moment to imagine yourself in my position, I think you'll understand why letting you near me with that thing is untenable. So, be a good bird and hand it over. And if being nice isn't enough motivation, well, I think you're aware that I'm not afraid to resort to violence. If you come near me with that thing, I will strangle you with these chains.
She doesn't beat around the bush, does she? Yes, it's
No, she
almost like she's a fundamentally bad person who wishes to inflict pain on others. Or it's another bluff.
No hard feelings, of course. But you should be aware of my position.
If that's how you're going to be, then I guess I have to do this. Yeah.
Do you think these chains take away my saying things? I said no.
Okay.
As you move towards the princess, she stands, her chains clinking as she wraps them around her fists. In an instant, they're around your neck, both of you dropping to the ground as she pulls them taut, bracing her body against yours as you struggle uselessly.
All right.
The metal chains constrict around your windpipe as the princess heaves with a muscled intensity.
Why is she so strong?
Drop the knife or you die.
Okay.
What is she doing? We weren't trying to attack her. I can see where she might have gotten the wrong idea. She doesn't have much agency here. Would we have trusted her if she walked up to us with a blade again, after what happened between us? How many times did I warn you she's not to be trusted? But while strangulation can be very distracting, she's not armed, and you have your pristine blade. End her before she ends you. You steel your will and refuse to give in to the princess's demands, ignoring the stars dancing in your eyes and the screaming of your starved lungs. You strike. You fumble your first few attempts, only making surface-level scratches and gouges as your arm flails forward, barely able to obey you. But a single focused blow was all it took. Your blade pierces up through her ribs, slicing through flesh, striking her heart. The chains loosen. The darkness creeping in at the edges of your vision subsides.
None of this was ever very fair, was it? But I did kill you last time. I should have expected you might want some petty revenge. Unfortunately for you, that means you've dug your own grave. You can forget about me ever helping you again, even if it damns us both.
And just like that, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Okay, let's see what
I don't
happens.
like this. It was too easy. It was not too easy. We almost died. That's right. This was an incredibly difficult task, and you performed it admirably. Let's just get out of here. I don't like looking at her body. You have the attention span of a fly. How are we supposed to unravel the mysteries of this place if you're so easily distracted by empty promises? It's better to have a short attention span in a situation like this. There's no use dwelling on the past, especially when it's already set in stone. And especially when your promised reward is not, in fact, empty and is worth all the adversity you've been through to get here. Fine. But if we're leaving, then we're taking the blade. I feel exposed without it. With your work done, you remove the blade from the princess's corpse and make your way back upstairs, closing the door to the basement behind you. The windows. Do you see that? We used to be able to see the outside world from up here, but now it's just empty. The door. Check the door. You open the cabin door.
I
Please
am
return
not
to a
slaying her
world saved
anymore.
From certain
Nope.
doom.
This is the same ending. This will be the
Only
same ending.
A
No.
world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only... You don't have to act surprised. We could see this vast emptiness through the windows. But if everything's gone, Does that mean we're not gonna get our reward? This is your reward. An eternity of bliss, if you'll have... Okay. This is what's best. Like hell it is.
That's bullshit. I don't know. I'm pretty okay with this now. I was kind of hoping we'd get better ending for saving the world.
This isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. Time passes. Decades. No.
No. Slay yourself.
You goddamn spiteful bastard. Are you really going to turn down immortality itself just to make me lose?
Yeah.
Why should it matter if we die at this point? Haven't you already gotten what you want? I don't have to answer that. That's all we needed to hear. You raise the blade, you collapse to the floor, everything goes dark, and you die. You're a genocidal maniac, you know that, right? Yeah, we'll see about that.
The Grey.
You're on a path in the woods. There are so many more threads to pull once you stop. That's a little dark, buddy. You feeling okay? I'm feeling nothing. And I like that just fine. He's not wrong. Sentimentality won't help us here. We need scientific rigor. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
Yeah.
It's our 3rd. Your open discussions. You came around on that awful fast. Have you just been pretending to forget every time? I'm afraid not. Whatever other versions of me you've met in those other lifetimes were just that. Other versions of me. And just so you knew how all this worked. Why didn't you ever tell us? We could have used it to our advantage.
This is going to end the same way that not a good way. So I need to find a good ending where I can leave and see the outside world. Or I can anyhow save the princess and she's not going to end the world. Or we can both leave together. Right? Yeah. The ending is always negative.
For all we know, the world you're talking about isn't even real. Of course it's real. Where do you think you are? Somewhere else? Maybe we are. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Proceed to the cabin. What should I do?
As soon as you enter the cabin, you're struck by an overwhelming scent of decay, of mold and death and stagnant water. The once stately wooden building is bloated, its beams dripping with a black ooze of putrefaction, all but the exterior stone walls warped beyond recognition. It must, but you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There's a figure, faintly outlined against the rotting wood of the wall. Is that her? It's like she isn't even there. See? We killed her. You're right. Maybe she doesn't reset like us. She certainly doesn't look the same as she did last time. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room.
There is no door. There's a mirror.
The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade. Huh. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. But we had it with us when we died. And besides, everything else has reset. Why wouldn't the blade have reset too? Maybe it's because we've already explored that avenue. We've seen what happens when we slay her. Maybe this place has decided we don't need to try that again. I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
But there is no
Maybe the mirror isn't real. Maybe it is real, and he's lying through his teeth to stop us from looking into it. But it seems like whatever we want to do, our next step is on the other side of the room. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
There's
Hand
gotta
is
be
just between
a
your right
ending
and a little down.
that is positive, that ends the game.
Yeah, we can see it now.
So many choices.
So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. No way left to go but down. The door to the basement groans open.
What?
The air is foul and wet, so thick that you can almost feel it settle onto your skin in layers of grime. The stairs are coated with slimy algae, the wood rotted through in places, reeking of fetid vegetation. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadows, legs submerged up to her shins in dark waters. There she is again. Barely. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
I'm sorry about the last time. Are we good? Is anyone there?
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? I don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed. She doesn't seem fully there. I'm not sure she's even capable of being upset. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A bloated body floating face down in slowly rising waters. Her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead. She's not just dead. It looks like she's been rotting. So killing her does stick. Mostly. But if she's dead, then what are we supposed to do? She isn't dead. You clearly just believe she is. Her corpse is floating right in front of us. You can stop it with the mind games. If she's dead, then do we even have to do anything? How can she be a threat to the world like this? Your thoughts are cut short by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking rock.
This is getting annoying.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead.
Now the narrator is confused. What the hell is going on?
She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death neutral, seems off the table. Yeah, this is tricky. But let's talk to her. See what kind of information she has that we don't. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
Bold of you to come back here after what you did.
Okay. Why did you close the door?
But she doesn't answer your question. All she does is watch you in shadowed silence. Do you hear that trickling sound? The water's rising, isn't it?
I'm gonna die.
It is, and it's rising fast. Well, that's interesting. We've never drowned before. I wonder how it'll feel.
Oh,
Bad, I bet. I don't think dying ever feels good. Yes, how astute. Dying is bad and you should avoid it. How about you stop trying to talk to her and do something instead?
I'm going to drown. What's wrong with you? I don't want this. I only killed you after you killed me first. We're even now. Please, I'm begging you. Okay, no, I'm not begging. Is this about last time? I'm sorry. Now can you let me know?
The water is rising faster now. It's flowing in from some unseen place, and judging by the height of the algae on the stairs, it has no intention of stopping anytime soon. You feel it creeping up your back.
Wait,
so cold
is
that
there
it
any way
steals the very
to
warmth
butter
from your
her
flesh,
and be nice to
leaving a
her?
smothering numbness in its place?
And get this game to end?
Are you really just going to stand there and let yourself die?
Yeah, let's think. Where is it coming from?
It's coming from some unseen place.
Does it really matter where it's coming from? Because I can feel it rising. I don't think we have much time to sleuth. Yes, it matters. Maybe we can find a way out. Maybe we can figure out a way to make this work. This is just a puzzle. We can solve it.
Some things aren't puzzles to be solved. Sometimes you're doomed from the start. Most people are.
Yes, most people are doomed. But in case you need reminding, everyone will be doomed forever unless you stop her.
The princess eyes you with a disaffected gaze as you rush up the stairs, but you don't make it past the first few steps. The door bursts open, a powerful wave of water crashing down towards you, and you're swept up in the flood. Your head slams into the basement wall. You come to a moment later, suspended in darkness, disorientated, only aware of the surface of the water and the emptiness above.
I'm not
And
taking
of
the blade
course,
next time.
The princess, hovering above you, watching in silence as you struggle to stay afloat in the icy depths. There's no way out.
It's so dark and cold. I think our limbs are slowing down. How much longer can we do this? Just keep breathing. We'll figure this out.
Or we won't. It doesn't matter either way. But you don't have time to figure anything out. Something cold and clammy wraps around your ankle. You're dragged under, only able to take one last hopeful gulp of air before your head is plunged into the freezing depths. As you sink below the surface, you see it. Or rather, you see her. The body you found floating when you first arrived, its hand is locked around your ankle, the heavy chains pulling you both down into the unfeeling, suffocating nothingness.
I get it. We shouldn't have killed her. Just get it away from us, please.
The past is the past. There's no changing it. There's nothing to fix.
And there's not a lot we can do about the present either. Not unless we think like we should have been doing all along.
But there is no thinking as you drown. You desperately try to pull yourself back to the surface again, and again, and again. Your icy limbs flailing desperately against the grip of her rotting corpse. And all the while her ghastly figure stares down at you, expressionless, as unfeeling as the weight around your ankle.
Your lungs filled with water, the same your mind filled with blood. In the end, we're not so different.
Okay, that's again. Come on. Alright. Approach the mirror. Gaze into the reflection. Okay, now the reflection is different, but proceed to the cabin. You see her again, but ghost.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction.
Okay,
All of
thank
me.
you. I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Let's find a proper ending.